Šis webinaras yra organizuojamas 2 institucijų, tai yra užimtumo tarnybos ir efekto grupės įmonės. Ir šios dienos tema yra, kaip padaryti, kad jūsų idėja išsiskirtų iš minios, kad būtumėte unikalūs ir kaip tai atskirti jums patiems. Mūsų misija, mūsų įmonės misija yra skatinti inovacijas švietimo ir mokymų srityje ir daryti mokymąsi kaip įmanoma paprastesnį, lengvesnį, taip pat kaip galima kvėpuoti oru. Šiek tiek apie mane, kodėl turėčiau būti jums įdomus. Tai yra dėl to, kad esu daugiausia praktikas. Daug ką mokiausi ir dalinuosi su jums šiandien yra, ką išmokau per webinarus, knygas, praktiką, nes jau 10 metų užsiimu verslu. Ir tikrai ne tik plaukai nuo galvos sumažėjo, bet ir tos baimės kažką veikiant. Tai patirties šiek tiek turiu, tačiau nesakau, kad esu kažkoks guru. Visą laiką skatinu žmonės abejoti, dvejoti tuo, ką aš pasakoju ir produktyviai, konstruktyviai kelti iššūkius. Tai taip, mokymasis yra mano pagrindinė vertybė, tobulėjimas, dėl to pradėjau domėtis neuromokslais. Tapau NLP treneriu, kaip neurolingvistinis programavimas. Ir manau, kad NLP yra vienas iš pagrindinių tų įrankių dėžučių, įrankių kolekcijų, kur yra visos technikos, kurių reikia bendraujant, dirbant su žmonėm. Ir tenais yra nuo jūsų būsenų valdymo iki taip, kaip komunikuoti į išorę, kaip valdyti save, kaip priimti sprendimus, mąstyti logiškai, kritiškai ir būti kūrybiškiems ir spręsti galbūt kažkokias tai praeities traumas, kurios turi įtakos jums šiandien jūsų gyvenimo kokybei ir mastui. Apart to dėstau Vilniaus kolegijoje, verslo fakultete inovacijas ir dirbtinį intelektą. Tai yra tos 2 kryptis, kuriuose labiausiai specializuojuosi ir domiuosi viskuo. Apart to esu vadovas, vedu mokymus efekto grupėje ir socialinio efekto asociacijoje. Asociacijai dirbam su mokymais, taip pat daugiau jaunimui, kažkokiais tais mainais į užsienį. Mano asmeninės kryptis tai yra pirmiausia asmeninis tobulėjimas, tai yra tai, ką aš galiu padaryti šiandien, kaip galiu pranokti save, kuris buvo vakar, absoliučiai visom kryptim. Nuo mąstymo iki sprendimų priėmimo, iki fizinės veiklos, miego, maitinimosi, dietos vadinkime, ne? Iki to, kaip yra galbūt mano mąstymas, dvasinė būsena ir panašiai. Tai privertė mane domėtis ir ilgaamžiškumu. Tai yra toks holistinis požiūris į tai, kaip gyventi ilgiau ir geriau. Ir galiausiai kūrybiškumas ir inovacijos tai yra, vadinkim, tas pagrindinis principas, kuris pračia bet kur gyvenime, užsiimant bet kokia veikla, nuo galbūt mašinų remonto iki auginant vaikus arba kažkam pasakojant apie savo gyvenimo patirtį. Tai tiek, jeigu kažkurios temos yra jums aktualios, įdomios, vis tiek kalbėsiu bendrauti, dalintis informaciją. Visą laiką mėgstu mokytis irgi iš savo dalyvių, kurie prisijungia, tai mielai galim galbūt pakalbėti prie kavos, po webinaro arba galbūt susitikti online, jeigu nesate Kaune. Judant į šios dienos programą, tikslas yra tilpti į 1 valandą, taupant visų laiką ir stengiantis būti praktiškiams. Pasidalinsiu apie verslo mentorystės programą, kuri ir yra šios dienos webinaro, vadinkim, priežastis. Pasidalinsiu pagrindiniu modeliu, kuris paverstų jūsų idėją sunkia atsispirti. Tai yra ta, kuri yra praktiška, kuri yra aktuali klientams ir šiaip įdomi aplamai. Ir pasidalinsiu geriausiu mano manymu, geriausių būdų, kaip vertinti save ir kaip įgyti, vadinkim, nesąžiningą privalumą, pranašumą prieš savo konkurentus. Kaip pritaikyti tam tikrą sistemą jūsų sėkmei. Ir galiausiai pabaigoje jūsų klausimai, mano atsakymai arba atvirkščiai. Taip, tai apie programą, kas galbūt nespės arba praklausys, yra QR kodas, kurį nuskenavus jūs nuves į Google failą ir jame yra sutrumpinta informacija, santrauka to, ką aš pasakosiu šiandien truputį apie pačią programą mentorystės ir kur kas mažiau negu kad tai būtų svetainėje. Tai kam įdomu, galite nusiskenuoti. Keliaujant toliau, koks yra verslo mentorystės programos tikslas, tai pirmiausia yra žinių mainai Europos lygiu tarp mentorių ir pradedančiųjų verslininkų, žinios tarp to, kas galbūt yra nauja, nepatirta, neištirta, tarp to, kas jau yra išvaikščiota, išbandyta ir veikia. Nes standartiškai, kad vyresni verslininkai arba labiau patyrę verslininkai, jie yra tokie stagnuojantis šiek tiek, užsifiksavę ir manantis, kad jie žino pakankamai, kai tuo tarpu naujieji verslininkai, jie yra kupini idėjų, to pozityvumo, naivumo šiek tiek, ir tai veda juos į priekį ir tai skatina inovacijas, nes naujieji verslininkai dažnai, bent jau mano manimu, dažnai jie kelia iššūkius ir kvestionuoja esančias dogmas, kas įmanoma ir kas ne. O versle, per mano trumpą gyvenimą, mačiau, kad tikrai daug kas yra įmanoma su tinkamu užsispyrimu. Antras punktas yra skatinti verslumą bet kokioje gyvenimo srity, skatinti inovacijas ir bendradarbiavimą, taipogi tarp Europos valstybių sienų ir skatinti, kad kuo daugiau verslų būtų sėkmingi. Standartiškai 3 iš 5, 4 iš 5 per pirmus 3 metus užsidaro, žlunga. Tai kad tą problemą spręsti yra mentorystės programa, kuri skatina, moko tas problemas apeiti jų išvengti. Kodėl verta jungtis prie šitos programos visiems, kas nori mentoriauti ir visiems, kurie nori rasti mentorių. Tai yra visų pirma, tai yra labai unikali patirtis. Žmonės, kurie jungiasi prie šios programos arba aplamai turi mentorystę, jie yra sąmoningesni, sėkmingesni, faktas, turi prieigą prie žmonių su patirtim, prie kurių šiaip neturėtų prieigos prieiti. Ir svarbiausia, kad randi verslo partnerį galų gale, arba šiaip draugą pažįstamą, kuris gali bet kada atsakyti į klausimus, pasiūlyti idėjas ties tam tikrais projektais. Toliau mes turim užsienio kalbos praktiką ir išsibandymą, prisiminimą, tai čia faktas, nes dauguma mainų vyksta anglų kalba. Toliau vyksta produkto išsitestavimas, naujų produktų kūrimas. Tai reiškia, kad nebūtinai su produktu, kurį jūs vykstate pas mentorių, jūs įgyveninsite. Nes dažnai būna, kad pokalbio metu, susitikimo metu paaiškėja, kad galbūt naujas bendras produktas tarp mentoriaus ir pradedančiojo verslininko gali būti sukurtas kaip projektas, galbūt bandymas, ir abudu jie gali jį paleisti, apart to, kad galbūt buvo kažkokia tai pradinė idėja. Toliau nėra jokio įsipareigojimo, kaip dažna tokio tipo programuose reikalauja dalyvių sukurti verslą programos pabaigoj. Šiuo atveju tai nėra privaloma. Bet labai motyvuojama ir skatinama, nes vis tiek galbūt mainų metu dingo motyvacija, noras, tai vat dėl to ir yra pasirinkimas, kad galbūt ir nebūtina pereiti į to verslo būtent kūrimą. Ir paskutinis yra svarbiausias, jūs išvengiate pradžiamokslių, pradinukų klaidų. Išvengiate visų tų pinigų praradimų, energijos praradimų, neteisingų žingsnių ir ko gero greičiau pasiekite savo tikslą. Patikrinu, berods pas mus dalyvių yra ir užsieniečių. Are there any people who do not speak Lithuanian? Please raise your hand or write in the chat, then I will switch to English. Sasha, Dmitry, you both speak? Okay, got it. So for everybody's convenience, we switch to this standard approach. For those who joined us a little bit later, to accommodate them as well. So yes, startup entrepreneur, the profile of perfect person who fit the criteria of the mentoring program is the person who had up to 3 years of business experience, including all business experience, freelancing, and so on. Has business idea, can be just fresh in your head or very clear in your head, or the one that you are already doing and started, but again, up to 3 years. And speaking in English at least B2 level. I mean, there is C1 ideally, but B2 should be enough, let's say, to have a common conversation. Entrepreneurs or the mentors, so how the relationship actually works, or what is it about? It is, first of all, not an internship or work or not volunteering job. It's an exchange of knowledge, meaning that during the week you will have, or you should have, meetings with your mentor, observe how he or she does their job operations in the company. And this, let's say, activity, meetings, observation, doing some minimal tasks, reflections should take at least of 8 hours per week of contact, let's say being there present in the company, in the office, or with the person in that company. Next, that exchanges are possible locally and remotely. So by default, Erasmus means that you are going abroad, it's a mobility. However, for people who are not able to travel due to the work, studies, family, or other conditions, it is possible to join the program remotely online. And in fact, it is easier because you don't need then to do all the financial and the travel arrangements. Lastly, it has to be a mutual benefits and value, and the duration of the relationship or mobility is 1 to 6 months. Good news is that after those 6 months, if it lasted that long, you are not, let's say, cancelled from collaborating or talking with your mentor or mentee. You actually should be carrying on further with your mentor or mentee, communication, projects, if there is an interest. The program is just a starting point, a catalyst for you to have this relationship. Yes, so moving to today's topics, I really would like to debunk or question the eternal dilemma between the business people and marketers. So what actually, when you start business, what goes first, the product or the marketing? What do you think?
Product.
Would you like to tell why?
Because I think without the product we can't go to the marketing, because you don't know what to sell, what to give. I don't know in the English, but tiesiog be produkto negali kurti reklamos iš esmės, kaip ir.
Yes, no product, there is nothing to market. That's partly true. So, okay, Augustinas is for the product. Others in the chat are agreeing.
I have something to add. So I think
Sure.
You don't have to have a finished product. You can start marketing an idea.
Yes, that's closer to the truth. So the thing is that it's true, like without a product, you cannot go to the market. It's true that you can also win when you have not final product, but just an idea, a mock-up or a test drive, as we like to say. You can also go to the market or without nothing, just having, let's say, a concept. Let's say just start creating a content, let's say a lifestyle, or let's say a service of, let's say, analyzing someone else book, or some kind of, shoe factory. You just start creating different types of content if you want to be an influencer and see how people are reacting to it. And the reaction will tell you if your marketing, so to say, is working. I think the safest way one of the safest ways is to go with marketing first. Of course, it depends on the scale, the scope, how big you want to go. Here I'm sharing with you the table, the comparison, more or less how each of them are benefiting. So when we think just about the product, the risk level is relatively low, because you can always, let's say, adjust the message to how you are selling it or for whom it is. There is countless examples in the business industry where people create one product and the user starts to use it for another purposes. And the idea here is to be always open-minded. When you start with the marketing, it's relatively easy as well and low risk, because you do not invest yet into the production of the product. You just create a mock-up, the designs, visuals, and you just invest your effort and money, let's say, in the promotion. Time to first sales for the product, well, it can be sooner than the 6 months, depending on what it actually is. But on average, it's half to 1 year to release product to the market. And marketing, of course, it can be going in a week or so. It's very relatively easy, but unstable, because markets are shifting, behaviors are shifting, preferences are also shifting. Unless it is something conservative, let's say like drugs or production of some products that we commonly use. chances to that customers will buy is lower because you do not have yet the data about their needs, what they want from the product, or what product do they need, want, or that solves their problems. As business owners, creators, I say we because I am one of them, we always have this perception that whatever we create or come up with is a great idea and it will sell. So we go all in with our project and we put all in of our energy and money, and sometimes that does not turn out the right way, and it's painful. And in those moments, I always think it would have been nice to first do the proper research, or to go with the marketing to see if people are buying it with their attention, and then start creating something towards that. Then a typical result in Lithuania is that it is half-finished apps really work. Products that, let's say, are distributed on the street or in the markets to test. Some concepts also works if you have the right partners, the right places to, let's say, pilot your projects. On the other hand, when Lithuanian market is unique in the way that we do not like ads too much. We like discounts. So too much advertising actually can have a negative effect. Whereas, as my colleague said, that in US market, it's actually opposite. They expect you to sell them something. They do not expect to find themselves. They want and expect for the products, for the services to be put in their eyes, always shout in their ears, and always in front of them. The best for the product to launch, the best is for people with lots of savings that has huge budget and know what they're doing. They know the market. Marketing first is best for inexperienced people or inexperienced product, and for those who can sell well. This is the most important part. Know how to sell in business. That's important. And then, if we think about the keywords and definitions, I would like to give you another question, just to know what's your perception. What do you think is the value? How would you define it? Or how do you see it in your head?
Oh, well, in my opinion, it's whether somebody is willing to pay for my product. That determines the value.
Yeah, that's very good, accurate answer. And I like those short answers. People who will pay. Perfect. Because value is not the features. Value is not the product, not the quality, not the size, not the color. The value is what people need. Right? People in Sahara, they do not need a heater, right? Heater is needed somewhere in Antarctica, you know. People who are living, let's say, in Norway at the moment, they don't need ice, right? The ice or ice cream is very likely to sell better in somewhere in Italy, for example, right? So it always goes down to the need. Do the customer needs it? And even though I have experience in the business field and presentations, sometimes I have to remind myself, like, there's my idea, my message I want to convey, or my product I want to be used in a certain way, but it's not me that is most important, it's the customer, their needs, because as you said, they are paying for it. We do not do business for the pleasure unless we are rich. we do business to make money, right? To convey our message, let's say, to solve problems. And the best thing is to actually be solving the problems. And here is also this myth that, you should follow your passion. And recent years, I begin to think that it doesn't matter. Your passion really can go to the trash. If it's not paying, you're just burning yourself and your energy and your money, of course, as well. So if your passion is something that people are paying for, excellent. If not, find what they would pay for. That's the essence. If you cannot do it, don't do business. I mean, it's perfectly fine not to do it. So value is always about what customer needs, not the product. Again, with marketing, we can do some proper brainwashing, and we can sell things, but that requires budgets and effort. So the thing I want to share with you today to make your products irresistible is the value proposition canvas. It's a very simple model that I have been presenting and teaching for the past 4 or 5 years. And honestly, I did not find anything better than that since then, because it is so universal that you can apply it in every area of your life, not only the products. You can apply it in presentations. You can apply it in asking someone for a date. You can apply it in selling something to your kids, behavior or a result. You can apply it in a negotiation. Literally anywhere. And the way it works, it actually has a sequence that each of us have to follow when we do this model. So the most questionable is the first part, is the customer jobs. Many products, they're solving some problems, right? So the traditional way how we approach business is we have product that solves some pain and adds some value for the customer, right? And then with that, we go to market for the customer to say that we are solving their problem. So this is the traditional way how we do when we are confident. However, the relevance happens when we start from the right side, from the customer jobs. Customer job is something that customer is expecting to be done. An example I like to use is putting the putting the picture on the wall. So imagine I'm the customer, right? I go to the Sanokai or depot, right? I'm looking for a solution how to hang a picture on the wall. That's my job. I want to have this result, picture to be hanged. Now there is many sellers. You can drill the hole in the wall, put the screw and hang your picture. Second one is saying, no, you don't need that. You can glue your picture to the wall with the irresistible 100 years glue. Third one is saying you don't need glue. The glue messes up your wall. All you need is a two-sided, scotch, or like this sticky tape, right? You can just put on the wall and it will hold no drilling, no sound, no nothing. The third one is saying, why you need to mess up your wall? You can just stick the magnets behind the wall and be moving or something like that if it's Gibbs, right? So the fourth is saying I can print on the wall your picture, right? So these are all different solutions for one problem, for customer job, how to hang the picture on the wall. I don't care about the products, I care about my result and my needs. So this is the problem and how you as a business are solving it. So this is the first step, customer jobs, like what customer wants to be done. Very foundational question. That's where we're going. Next thing, what customer is experiencing as inconvenience when he's doing the job. So when I'm hanging the picture on the wall, I'm experiencing stress to, let's say, not to drill too much in the wall, not to create too much noise. I'm experiencing the inconvenience, how to measure, to put the picture in the right height equally, right? I'm experiencing the inconvenience solving the best way how to hang it, right? I'm solving the problem how to not damage the wall. So all these kind of questions, let's say physical, emotional, spiritual, right, and intelligence ways how people experience inconvenience while they're doing the job. So we list everything here, every bad experience that they have or could have. The next thing are gains. So what they expect as a bonus other than doing the job and solving their pains, something extra, reward bonus that they did not expect. So in this case would be my picture is hanged, and on top of that I get room scent, like this refreshener, or I get extra screws or magnets or glue to hang my next picture, or I get a loyalty card, whatever. So like anything extra that would say, oh, that's nice, thank you, I didn't expect that. So these are the gains. Now after we list everything here, we think about the products, services, solutions, basically what delivers the result that customer is expecting. We think about pain relievers, solutions, features that would allow to remove the pain for the customer while he's doing the job. And lastly, gain creators are how we can create this extra value that the customer did not expect while he bought or used our product. Something that would make us to stand out, to be different. And with all these solutions, we have to match left and right side. As many bullet points are here or here, that much should be here, here, and here. And that's why I'm saying it is very universal, in the sense that we cover the need, we cover inconvenience, and we cover expectations. And this is everywhere, in relationship, in work, in business, in presentations, negotiations, sales. Everywhere where you have people, you have these three parts, and you can apply it in that sense. You can even, if you create content online, you can even create your content in this framework. Now, the logic behind this model is quite simple. First of all, is always start from the customer's profile. In as much as it is tempting to start from your product, to say that I know what I'm doing, this will sell, it's been tested, unless you are 1000% sure and you are willing to bet your life for it, you can do it. If you let's say you do not risk your life for this, then start from the customer. Always do market analysis, so to say. Always talk with your customer what actually experience they are having while they're trying to get where they want. And often these, let's say, focus groups or discussions will give you more ideas and better ideas how to design your product or service. You save time for yourself, not to bust your head thinking what else I can add, how to make it better. Let them, the customer who is buying from you, tell you what they want. So you would not need to be creative and create what they don't need, right? That's the best. I know there. I remember we had a study visit in some village, and there was a young family living in completely rural area in some 5 houses village. And they were very successful with their educational programs. It all began from a wife, a young lady, growing wild garlic and doing homemade butter. She mixed those 2 things, and their friends began to ask how you do that, how you grow these garlics, what ratio you mix those that butter and garlic. In the end, those who were lazy to do it themselves, they asked to buy it from her. So she began to educate them, do small workshops, or to sell the butter. Then they began to ask, hey, can you make more products like homemade bread or oil? So that's what she was doing next. She bought cold pressure oil press and began to press seeds oil. Next thing, she found that one of her neighbors are actually making homemade bread that takes 24 hours, 2 days to make, and it's made in the fireplace. So she added those 2 things, and she began to get more people in asking for more things. So now they have full educational experiences, programs where kids are riding tractors, making something from the wax, from the bees, and they even have sauna in there. So extremely customer-oriented approach to the business, and thus they are very successful in that. Next thing is that always match your offer in all points. As a underlining here, left has to match right, gain with gain, pain with pain, service with the result that you want to catch. Always match each point. And lastly, create everything else based on value proposition Canva only. So once you have the product, it doesn't mean that you can go beyond whatever you have after that. So your marketing campaigns, your communication, your presentations, pitching, your negotiation, and your customer service should be entirely oriented to that logic, to value proposition canvas. The result the customer wants to make, the pain that they are experiencing, and how you remove it, and how extra value is added to their expectation. If you follow this, it's very hard not to be successful. So those are 3, let's say, key point logic. Now, moving to the second part of presentation, or the third, is question that is often asked by entrepreneurs, experienced or the new ones, is how do I stand out, right? I have the product, I did great design in that, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be unique and beat my competition, because quite frankly, competition is everywhere. And for this question to answer, I would like to share a value curve model that is also known as the strategy canvas. So the model is very good, brilliant in the sense that it is, first of all, graphic. I think many of us, we know SWOT analysis, right? We have strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats. There is pest analysis and all the other things that are out there. The issue with them is that you collect information, you put analysis in the model, but you don't know what to do with that. And quite frankly, it's often just a text, which is not very user-friendly, as I like to say. Value curve is simple. So anyone who is starting business, has no business experience, or is MBA professional, they all see and understand this graphic, this model, because first of all, it's visual. Secondly, it has only few elements, which is the x-axis and the y-axis, and some graphics in between. So on x-axis, we list, again, for the customer, most important factors when they are using the product. It's not what we think that is the best in our product. It is why your customer is using your product, why they are buying. For example, if I am making a phone or a car, right? If I make a car, I think that the best thing in my car is the materials I'm using, the high-end plastics, natural leather on the seats. The engine metal is pure, 100% steel, non-corrosive, covered, surfaces, and so on. I think this is the best, and that's why people should be buying my car. However, people who are coming to buy this car, they like the color, right? They say this cherry, bright cherry or dark cherry color is amazing. I want this car. Or they say, I like the front of this car. I like how aggressive or how nice are the lights in front. Others might come to say, I like that this car is tall, that is high. I like to sit high. Right? So the customer who is paying for you is the one that makes decision why this product is important. So we list all the features, preferably up to 7 or 8. We list those criteria down here. Then we mark on the y-axis how good or bad, expensive or cheap, high quality or low quality is that criteria. Let's say materials, price, speed, memory, so longevity, and so on. After we draw our let's say axis, the next thing we do is we mark our competitors, their products, where they stand in this diagram. So let's say if we take the price, is it high or is it low? Is it in the middle? Okay, we mark in the middle. If we say, is their car fast? Yes, their car is fast, so we put it higher. If their car is slow, we put it slow. Then we ask, does their car has a long lifespan? Yes, they have long lifespan, or they have short lifespan. And we mark this every criteria, including, let's say, something like insurance. Do they have good insurance, bad insurance, average? Okay, we put it here in the average. After we put this, we connect the dots to see visually how the curve is going. Then we do our product marking to see where it stands on each of the criteria. And we see then how we are different from our competition, where they excel and where we excel. So low doesn't mean that it is bad. Low can be the price. Low can be the quantity or simplicity of the product. Low can be the delivery time, right? Long delivery, short delivery. So it up, like high or low, doesn't mean anything. It all depends where competitors are standing and where you stand. Based on that information, you can then work on your marketing message to say where is your unfair advantage and how you are better than your competition. At the same time, you know who is your customer and who is not. So you save money and effort to know to whom to talk, to whom to sell. Let's say people come to you who want to have cheap cars, but you want to attract customers that has lots of money and want to pay a lot for your car. Why? If you win on volume with cheaper price and selling more cars, you win. If your customer is choosing you, go after him. Then if there is a short, let's say, delivery time and there is a long delivery time, right? The customer comes to your salon or garage and says, look, I need this car tomorrow. Can you do it? And you say, yes, I can. Or let's say if you are already having these cars in your garage, you can release the ads, or you can just communicate with your customers to say that we have really fast delivery. You can take your car tomorrow or today, compared to the ones that say, I don't need car now. I'm not rushing. It can be even the next year. So again, you can even do the price range. We deliver fast, extra 10% on the price, and that's how it basically works. No opportunities, no threats, no weakness, no strengths. You purely see where you are strong, where competition is strong. You purely see who is your customer and who is not, how to deliver the message, how to pitch, how to negotiate your product. One example is, let's say you have a brand that sells clothes, right? So here we have quality, design, brand, price, capacity, and marketing. The red is the other shops in your city. The blue is foreign companies that are there, and the green one is your company. And you measure, again, each of us, all of these are pretty much in higher quality frame. Your company, let's say, and the foreign companies have lower design, whereas other shops might be having a better design. The brand, yours is weaker. Maybe you are a white label, so you don't need to spend too much on marketing as long as people are buying from you. Or you can target people who don't care about the brand at all. They want good quality, and they are ready to pay for whatever price, and so on. Like here we have 6 criteria, which is good thing to focus. If we have too many criteria here, then it's quite distracting. It's quite hard maybe to comprehend the real image, to see your advantage and your weaknesses. When you have too little, again, it might be not informative enough. So 5 to 7 to 8, I think, is a very good average to go there. The logic behind is that you have to know yourself and you have to know competition. Once you know that, you know how to compete. You know with whom to collaborate and with whom not. At the same time, knowing yourself, where you are strong and weak, where you excel, where you are best, is good when you are selling something, when you are pitching, when you are presenting, when you negotiate the deals. You can pretend that you need something, but you don't need, right? So allow people to to make assumptions for you. And once you know your competition, you know how to stand out in the market, how to be different. Next is you pick most relevant criteria. I'm reminding this again. It's not about what we as creators of the business think is the best. It is about what the customer thinks is the best, because they're the ones who are selling. They're the ones who are buying. It's not we who are selling. Then marketing and comparison. Do the marketing, do the comparison, because when you think all of this in your head, it's not that it doesn't have the same impact and the value. When you see visually, it's something that you can hang on the wall, have it in your phone, or give it to your team and say, look, this is where we are good, this is where we are not. Let's do it that way. Like, there's nothing to invent or to explain. And the last one, you know how to add value. You know who is your customer. Because very often when we release ads or campaigns, we say everyone is our customer. Anyone who has money needs or buys it. It's not always like that, and unless you are selling air. So yeah, by knowing your criteria, what your customer likes most and needs least, you can focus on better quality, on better price, on better delivery, on better experience for your customer, and be successful in that segment. You don't need to attract everybody. You need to attract the right ones. That is it. Thank you very much for your focus. I believe it remained throughout the presentation. You did a very good job. For those who want to stay in contact and follow us further for different opportunities